Hey there people, Ryan White here for highpointmusic.com.au, and in today's tutorial we're going to learn a solo jazz guitar arrangement of Miles Davis's Blue in Green. Okay, so the first passage we're going to look at here is these two voicings here. Okay, so you can think of this first voicing as either a B Lydian, so major 7 sharp 11, or a G minor 13. It's not important which way you think of that. But we've got our first finger on the 8th fret on the B flat, second finger's on the G, B and E on the 10th fret, and then the pinky is on the 12th fret on the sharp 11 there, or the 13th. Then we move into the A altered voicing, which is an A7 sharp 9. We've got an open A string in the bass, first finger on the C sharp on the 11th fret, second finger on the G, which is the 12th fret, and then we've got our third finger on the sharp 9, which is the C. Okay, like that. Once you've hit that shape like that, we then want to flatten our first finger down so it's covering the D, G, B strings like that, so we can access that flat 9 with our first finger. Okay, so we got 2, 3, lift your third finger up, and then you're playing that note there like that. Okay, so moving into the next section, we've got this nice little 3-6-2-5. We've got a D minor 7 to a D flat 7 sharp 11, C minor 11, and then an F7 13 here. So D minor 7, really straightforward. Second finger on the 10th fret on the E string, third finger on the D, G, and B on the 10th fret there. Then we're moving our second finger to the D flat, and we're going to have our third and fourth fingers playing with our second finger a 1, 7, 3 of the D flat 7 chord there, and then our first finger's going in on the sharp 11 there. Okay, so D flat 7 sharp 11 there. Moving into our next chord shape, we've got our C minor 11, so we keep our fingers all on the same strings. We're moving our second, third and fourth into the 8th fret, and our first finger's coming down to the 6th fret there to give us a C minor 11. So you can see from our D flat 13, we keep those fingers all on the same string and just move into that position there. Okay, and then lastly, we're coming to an F7 13. Okay, which you can also look at this as an A half diminished voicing if you wanted to, but you've got A, E flat, second finger there, and then your fourth finger on the 10th fret, okay, to give us that 13th degree or 6th degree of the F7 there. So D minor 7, D flat 7 sharp 11, C minor 11, and then into our F13 there. Alright, the next passage of this one, people, we've got this beautiful B flat Lydian voicing here. Okay, so very similar to our D flat 7 voicing we played just up there, but we've got our second finger on the 6th fret, third and fourth are on the 7th fret on the D and G, and then we've got our first finger playing the sharp 11 there. If you wanted to, in this particular position, you could go all the way through and double up that E string if you wanted to get a little bit of a chorus effect, so that's a personal preference there. So B flat 7 sharp 11, then off our first finger here we're going to play this little passage. Okay, so we hit our chord, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so 1, 2 is on the 7th fret on the D, 3 on the C sharp there, back to the D, and then up this D minor triad there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just like that. And then we want to go into this A altered voicing. Okay, where we're hitting our bass note using the open A, and we've got our first finger on the 5th, second finger laid flat across the 6th fret on the G and B, and then the third finger, or fourth finger rather, is up on the 8th fret there. Okay, so from our B flat here, our Lydian, okay, just like that. And then after that, we then want to go into this A augmented shape, okay, where we want to access the A note in the melody there. You've got the option of either just playing the single note like that, or you could go the full chord and then play the full chord to hit the melody on top. And then you go into this D minor 11 shape here, like that, and then drop it down to the standard D minor 7. So what we've got there is just the first finger on the 5th, third finger on the 7th fret on the D, first finger is laid flat to give us the C on the 5th fret on the G string, and then your 4th finger's on the 8th fret on the B. So we go 1, 2, 3, and to turn it to a standard D minor 7, just lift our 4th finger up here and then put our 2nd finger on the 6th fret there. Okay, so that little passage. D minor 11. Alright, moving into the next part, we've got this really cool E altered voicing down to a standard E7 voicing here. So we're making the most of the open E string in the bass. Okay, so very similar to our A altered voicing we use in the first passage. We've got our first finger on the G sharp on the 6th fret on the D string. Second finger goes on the 7th fret on the G, which is the 7th degree of the scale, and then, or the chord we're wanting to hit, and then our third finger's on the 8th fret on the B and the E strings to give us a sharp 9 and a sharp 5. So E in the bass, okay, all the way through. And then our next voicing off the back of that is just this standard E7 voicing here. Instead of having our root note there, we're just using the bass there. So from here, like that. And this voicing, second finger on the 4th fret, first finger on the 3rd fret on the B, third finger on the 4th fret on the E. And then moving up into the next part here, we're making this A major minor 9 here. Okay, so really beautiful, very eerie sounding voicing. And all we've got there is second finger on the 6th fret on the D, first finger is laid flat across the G, B and E strings, and your third or your 4th finger on the B up there. And then we're using the open A string in the bass and then lifting the 4th finger up to give us that A in the melody. Okay, so from the E7 altered down to the E7 into the A minor major 9 or minor major 9 there, hit the A in the bottom E string there, and then into a standard D minor 7 there. Okay, so let's go through this one more time to see all the chord changes side by side. So B flat major 7 sharp 11 to A7 altered to hit the flat 9 there, D minor 7, D flat 7 sharp 11, C minor 11 to F13, B major 7 sharp 11 with this little run, A altered, hit the A in the melody to D minor 11, hit the F there to E altered, E7 there, and then we've got our melodic minor chord here, A minor major 9, A in the melody, and then finishing off on the D minor there. So if you appreciate the content of this video, people, hit those like and subscribe buttons, and don't forget to check out my latest online course, which is the High Point Music Guitar Fundamentals program. Links for that are in the description below. And if you'd like to become a member of the channel, you can follow the links below and join our Patreon account to help us put out content just like this video for you people out there. Enjoy this one, practice it up, and I look forward to catching up with you all in the next video.